Afternoon, peeps. Good afternoon, everyone. How are we all doing? Hopefully all doing very, very well. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget as well to like and share the vids. I think a few days ago, we went over 32,000 subs. Pretty impressive. So thank you so much, everyone that has recently subscribed. That's a huge number, 32,000. Before, I used to look at other people's channels and those channels were on like hundreds of thousands. And I used to think, my God, but you got to run your own race. I think 32,000 is very, very good. And we're on target to get that 40,000 before the end of the year. So thank you very, very much. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, please do on that as well. It's Ade Oladipo. As I've said, I'm going to be trying to post a lot of content on the Instagram. So give me a follow. A lot of you already have. So thank you very much for those that have done that as well. All right, let's get into the video. We haven't done a video in 4 or 5 days. I've been a bit poorly since I got back from LA. It's not COVID. It's weird now. Nowadays, you can't even have a cough and everyone thinks it's fucking COVID. I think it's just been a lot of traveling over the last few weeks has taken its toll. And I'm trying to rest up a little bit. But we had to do a video. We've got to get to the studio and do a vid. What's this one? Hearn rejects Fury's talk of free fight. He'd only fight again for a bucket load of money. Yeah, Tyson Fury talks a lot of nonsense. I mean, look, I can separate Tyson Fury that talks and the Tyson Fury that boxes. In saying that, when I interviewed Tyson Fury for TalkSport, go and check it out on TalkSport's YouTube channel, I thought it was a very, very good interview. I have to say so myself. I thought Tyson Fury spoke a lot of sense. But 9 times out of 10, I just don't believe anything that comes out of his mouth. I don't. All this about, yeah, AJ, me and you will fight for free on free-to-air TV, and stop it. You know, a few weeks before that, he's asking for $500 million. So, yeah, look, there's no way there's no way Anthony Joshua beats OLEKSANDR USYK and, you know, sets up the Tyson Fury fight and Fury says, yeah, let's do it for free. It's just, yeah, no, I don't want 80 million, don't want that. No, let's do it for free. Like that money that he was going to give to charity some time ago. Talking to AJ Usyk, what's going on there? I mean, I say what's going on. It's not like the fight's going to be canned. We know the fight's happening August 20th. We all know that. But it still seems very, very weird, doesn't it? Like everything seems a bit like lastminute.com. We were led to believe, and I still think this is the case, that Sky won the bidding war and outbid DAZN, so they were going to have the UK rights. But you would think, unless I've been on Mars for the last couple of weeks, which could be true, I don't think I've seen an announcement from Sky saying they've won it. Now you'd think if Sky were to have beaten DAZN and other channels to this monster of a fight, you'd think it would be everywhere. Sky won the right. So have I missed that? Did that happen? If I have missed it, apologies. Again, I've been traveling a lot recently. But you'd think that the Sky Sports machine would now kick in. So you won it. You might have overpaid for it. Now, surely this is when you start to show, okay, this is how big we are. We're going to promote the fuck out of it because we need it to hit a crazy number of pay-per-view buys so we make a very good profit. We can't have just done this to beat off DAZN and ITV and whoever else wanted it. We've got to do it to make some money. I haven't seen them roll out anything. You guys might have. I've not seen Sky roll out anything of any significance about this AJ Usyk fight. I haven't. And then the tickets were only put on sale a couple of days ago. Again, understand what I'm saying. This is financially, this is the biggest fight this year. I'm not trying to say it's the biggest. Might be, but it's the biggest fight financially. We know about the site fee. We know what Sky have paid. The international rights are going to be ridiculous. Both fighters are going to get paid a ridiculous amount of money. It's the biggest financial fight this year. It doesn't feel like it is. It really doesn't. The undercard hasn't been fully announced. We're kind of being sort of drip-fed announcements. I think we heard about Badu Jack. There was a lot of talk about Callum Smith being on there. There was even some talk about a female fight, which is radical considering where the fight's taken place, being on there. We've not heard anything. The only thing I've seen recently was a post from, I think, Matchroom and DAZN saying 1 month to go. And I'm thinking, come on now, 1 second. This is Anthony Joshua we're talking about versus OLEKSANDR USYK for the unified heavyweight championship. And all we're getting is a 1 month to go. We're not going to get no, and look, I'm sure it's going to come. But again, the sell starts now, doesn't it? We're not going to get any behind the scenes stuff. We're not going to get any interviews. I mean, what's going on? I feel like all that was planned until Sky got it. And when Sky got it, it's almost like, okay, we've won it, we need to do something. And there's been no sort of pre-planned thoughts of what to do. We still wait to see who's going to win the international rights. I'm not quite sure if the DAZN are even sort of making a play for it. They should make a play for it. They should. And I say they should because obviously we now understand that AJ is their client after this fight. And obviously he signed this ridiculously expensive deal. If AJ wins and the DAZN don't have international rights for it, it doesn't look great. So yeah, you'd hope to think that the DAZN have, I'm just saying this because I want to get out there. So if anyone from the DAZN's watching this, I want to get out there. That's why I'm saying all this. But no, I still find it a bit strange that one of the biggest fights of the year, definitely top 2, top 3, right? In terms of intrigue, isn't being pushed the way I think a normal AJ fight is pushed. I mean, again, we're talking Anthony Joshua here. And I know some of you think his superstardom is on a decline. He's still Anthony Joshua. And trust me, it's not. I was at the Usyk AJ presser in London, 3 weeks ago, and it was rammed. I mean, I know a lot of people that got turned away that had to wait outside the presser to do some interviews. They couldn't get inside. Big names, couldn't get inside. So he's still big business. So yeah, I'm awaiting some sort of announcement from Sky. And then again, the Sky machine kick in and some sort of announcement as to who gets the international rights. I mean, who gets the radio rights? Again, I work for TalkSport and it's not confirmed who will get the radio rights. I do wonder, with it being in Saudi Arabia, normally it's either TalkSport or BBC Radio, right? I'm thinking BBC won't make a play for it because of it being in Saudi Arabia, so TalkSport should have it, but they don't even know yet. It's weird. It's really, really weird. AJ is in Saudi right now. Usyk's in Dubai. He will then obviously cross over to Saudi. I'm guessing that means AJ isn't coming back to London. This is it now. 4.5 weeks, whatever left. He will stay out there now and ramp it up, a bit more sparring, and then sort of taper it down and then get ready for showtime. I'm decided I'm going. I say that, look, I hope I'm going. I had a look at ticket prices the other day. Bit naughty, but hopefully the DAZN can hook me up because I'm desperate to get out there. It's a big fight, and I did promise myself that I don't want to miss any more big fights. I feel like over the years I've missed so many, and this is one I don't want to miss. I really don't. I was there for AJ versus Ruiz, and you know, AJ got his belts back. Maybe AJ should be watching this and thinking Ade's a good luck charm for me abroad, because it wasn't a good luck charm in Tottenham, I'll tell you that now. All right, what else we got? What's this? Ryan Garcia on Tank. I'm gonna go old school on him, bugging him every moment. He started it, right? He really it's constant Insta stories, constant tweets. He's desperate for the fight. I see Floyd Mayweather, who I thought had split from Tank. I'm confused. But anyway, I see Floyd Mayweather has come out and said, look, if you want to fight Tank, not a problem. We can make that fight this year, but it has to be 135 pounds. When I interviewed Ryan, I said, look, you know, if a fight of that magnitude or the Devin Haney fight becomes available at 135, are you going to do it? He says, no, 140. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We've seen Tank fight at 140, but he did look very undersized against Barrios. And Ryan Garcia is very big as well now, very, very big. So, yeah, I think there's going to be a standoff here, and I hope it's not about the weight. Surely not. I mean, we've got so many other issues blocking this fight, broadcasters, promoters, and Floyd and Oscar that don't like each other. Now we have a weight issue. So we'll see. Talking of weight issues, Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr., what's going on? Every week you kind of feel like you're going to get an announcement of some sort, and nothing this week. Fingers crossed that we get it next week. I think both fighters now have kind of let slip the fights happening when they kind of all got involved in this Jake Paul tweet. The issue we're led to believe seems to be about the weight, which I think is 156 pounds, but more importantly, the rehydration clause. Now, I don't know where Eubank, who, when you see him on the scale at 160, is shredded. I don't see where another 4 pounds comes off. I don't. I was speaking to Spencer Oliver, because we take this as a, I think us normal humans that have never had to cut weight, especially that kind of weight cut, we maybe think it's easy. When I was speaking to Spencer Oliver and I was like, 4 pounds, it's like, trust me, when it gets to that low where there is nothing left on you, it says it's the equivalent of us taking a stone off. I was like, fucking hell. The idea of me taking a stone off my body right now is just, it ain't happening. So he said, for Eubank, he will kill himself to do 156, but at least he's in the mindset of, okay, I can rehydrate. Now, if there's a rehydration clause put in, that's just almost too big a blow. That's almost like, okay, I'm going to kill myself to make 156, and then I can't even consume enough fluids and food to be healthy on fight night. I don't want any excuses. That's why I'm saying all this. I don't want any excuses from either opponent come the result. I don't want it to be a case of Conor Benn pulling off the biggest of upsets, and then, Eubank talking about the weight cut and the rehydration clause. You don't want that. You don't want that. But again, this is a sport where these things are, let's not act like rehydration clauses and weight cuts are a new thing. They're part and parcel of sort of big time boxing, unfortunately. But look, we'll see. We'll see. It's a stumbling block that I think they'll get over, just because the one thing that helps you get over rehydration clauses and weight cuts is that. And when there's a lot of that, and I think there is a lot of that, then yeah, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll get an announcement next week, and then we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's a huge fight, it really is. I think it will be a DAZN pay-per-view fight as opposed to something that comes free with your subscription. But we'll see, man. We'll see. It's the kind of fight that I think DAZN needs. I think it's a big casual driver. Just the names Eubank and Benn, just that alone sells, right? So they'll get the dads involved, which makes sense as well, obviously. You'd even pay them to get involved. Get involved, because both of them are great sellers, as we know. So we'll see what happens. Maya on Baumgardner fight. Matchroom tried to get it on DAZN. Top Rank said, hell no. Who cares? It's happening. I don't care where that fight's happening. That's all I care about. Let's see. Let's see. I think more than that, I think, although Maya's speaking the truth here, I know this from, just knowing what goes on behind the scenes a little bit. I do think Matchroom tried to get it on DAZN in terms of, here's an offer, and Top Rank went boom with a bigger offer. So Baumgardner, as much as it's not like she's had a few fights on DAZN. She's not like a rock solid DAZN fighter. She said, 3 fights on DAZN. She wants to go where the most money is, and if Top Rank are paying big money, then hey. Abner Mars ready to return after 4-year retirement. I'm 36 but feel 26, not possible. I love when people do this. I do it all the time. Don't get me wrong, I'm not an athlete like these guys, but you're 36, you don't feel 26. You feel in great shape, but you certainly don't feel like you were when you were 26. Just, nah. I'd be interested to see what weight comes back at. Good fighter, Abner Mars, at one stage, but again, that was a long time ago now. 4-year retirement. Stay retired, man. Stay retired. Josh Kelly, after a statement win against Bastida, I'll take on whoever wants it next. I interviewed Josh Kelly yesterday for TalkSport, and I was talking about the Troy Williamson fight, and I asked him questions about Conor Benn, Eubank. Seems in good spirits. I said, look, it must be strange. You were a big 147, and now you're kind of just a normal 154. Some of the guys at 154 are huge, like enormous. When you think of some of the guys, really, and even Troy Williamson, who he should be fighting after this one for the British title, he's very muscular and thick set. So that's going to be a good fight. I think Troy Williamson says he's going to be ringside, and ideally what he wants to do is Josh Kelly wins, he gets in the ring, start the sell. We'll see. Good news this one for Lee Wood. Leo Santa Cruz versus Lee Wood. Looks like it's got the green light now from Leo Santa Cruz, and more importantly, the WBA. In fact, more importantly, Leo Santa Cruz. I know Leo Santa Cruz wanted another fight. He wanted to fight, what's that guy that beat Mark Magsayo? Ray Vargas. WBA basically said, no, Lee Wood. So well done on Lee Wood. especially if it's a case of Lee Wood having to go to America. That's what he wanted. He wanted this big American fight. That's what a lot of guys want. They want this big American fight. And look, you never know. Lee Wood's clearly very, very powerful and strong at the weight. Leo Santa Cruz is very, very good. He's only been beaten by, Frampton and Gervonta Davis, am I correct? So it's a tough ask for Lee Wood, but this is what you want. It's going to be interesting to see now what Josh Warrington does, because for me, it just seemed like it made all the sense in the world to do Lee Wood versus Josh Warrington. And they were going at each other for a little while, weren't they? And now, nothing. Anything else? What we got here? Ryan Garcia, the people want me to fight Tank. I'm going to give the people what they want. We'll wait and see. In that division, or I'd say that division, Ryan's now a 140 guy, but Haney Kambosos rematch is done October 13th at the Rod Laver Arena. If you guys know anything about tennis, you know that's the tennis court they use for the final of the Australian, it is the Australian, isn't it? Yeah, the Australian Open. So that's going to go ahead. I mean, look, credit to Kambosos. I mean, for him to get beat the way he did the first time round and thinks that he's going to do like, what's the capacity of the Rod Laver Arena? Let's have a look. Okay, 15,000. Okay, that's more realistic, isn't it? But look, he's going to get his money. He's going to do, another 7 figures. And look, I think he'll make an improvement on that performance. He has to, because it was a bad performance. I mean, it pretty much near a shutout. He maybe gave Kambosos a couple of rounds. We'll see what he does. I think win or lose here for Haney, and Haney will win, I think he goes to 140. When I interviewed Haney for DAZN the other day, he looked very big, very, very big. I know he's, had some time out, but he's clearly walking around close to that 165, 170 mark. So he's losing a lot. Honestly, I think he's that big, by the way, I think. So it'll be interesting to see what he does after. You're undisputed. If everyone's going to 140, go to 140. If he stays at 135, there are some, after this, obviously all the mandatories will be coming for him, but there's maybe room to have a voluntary, and there are some big names he can choose from. So we'll see what he does. And then I'm guessing as well, after this, that'll be it for his top rank deal as well. So he'll be, I think, a free agent. So he can literally go anywhere. Gervonta versus Devon? Who knows, man? Who knows? Zach Parker still hopes to fight for a world title at Pride Park. What's happened with this? Like this, how random is this? Demetrius Andrade was supposed to fight Zach Parker. Was it Andrade that got injured? Now, Andrade's literally been offered to everyone, apart from Zach Parker. Strange. Yeah. Anything else? I saw the face-to-face the other day for Luis Ortiz. Andy Ruiz would do a video that Andy Ruiz looks like he's in pretty good shape. The best shape I've seen him in a long time. It's weird how many fighters have left Reynoso. Like at one stage, that camp was full. Now, I think the only one that's still there now, obviously Canelo, and I think only Martinez, I think. And even Martinez is not exactly the most serious of fighters, is he? You can't bloody make weight. Let's hope he makes weight for Sonny Edwards. Well, I think that is it. It's a very quick video, guys. And then we'll go and get out of here. Peace and love.